You're watching Talking About Orks.
Hey, so we're going to go on part 2 about allies of convenience. And we got the first two, which was Necrons and Chaos Space Marines. This one video is going to be about Tau and IG. Tau is what I play, simply because I have the models, and it's a lot of fun. If you're going to play Tau, there's pretty much only one thing to worry about, and that's broadsides. Broadsides are still absolutely amazing, and I would go with broadsides, either 2 or 3, and then whatever else you need to get them. I take a Chassel with twin-link missile launchers and a Black Sun filter, and 6 Fire Warriors, because that's the minimum I can take, and then 2 broadsides. Black Sun filters, you can take Tau, absolutely take the Black Sun filters, no matter what. It's just stupid not to have them. Getting rid of Night Fight completely with railguns is just too good. And railguns, I said, are really going to be bastion busters more than anything else, especially in that first turn with night fighting, where you have the advantage of them probably not getting shot off the table right away. Their broadsides are actually pretty resilient. You can kit them out with the ASS with a bunch of shield drones, especially if you give the commanders 2 shield drones, join them to the broadsides, and you have 4 sacrificial shield drones. Just sit out in front of the unit and take all the shots. But so it gets kind of spinny that way, but it doesn't really matter because it's going to be producing. They're going to be a threat to any vehicle. They're going to be a threat to other knob bikers because they're strength 10. They're going to be a threat to paladins, big threat to paladins, and so there's no downside to broadsides basically, and they actually don't suck if they do get assaulted by something small either. So like Wolf Scouts or Commandos or something. So definitely want to consider broadsides as the single best option in the Tau Codex. Pathfinders, of course, the downside to Pathfinders, you have to take a Devilfish with them, and that's not something I really recommend. If you can take the Pathfinders without the Devilfish, then you can go for that and get rid of the cover saves for your broadsides. I don't think the marker lights would work for the Orc units, but it would definitely work for the broadsides. So that's Tau. There's not a lot of, unfortunately, there's not a lot of good stuff in the Tau Codex. I mean, you could outflank with Crude, but if you can outflank with Crude, I'd rather outflank with Commandos. Except the Crude are definitely more shooty. So outflanking with Crude may not be a bad idea. Pathfinders. Stealth suits dropping down, especially with stealth and shrouding like they have. Again, that could be a line breaker unit. Jump back, get some cover saves. I don't know. I've never been a big fan of stealth suits, even though other people have. Piranhas, maybe. Fast attack choice. Zoom around, get some cover saves. Line breaker, bust a tank. I don't know. There's just not a whole lot in the Tau Codex that's really worth taking that the Orc Codex can't already do better. And the last ally convenience is Imperial Guard. And this is kind of interesting because there really isn't a bad choice to take out of the Imperial Guard Codex. As I look through it, there's things that you want. I want this, I want that, I want this. And you can't have it all. So probably the first thing I would consider taking for IG would be a Primaris Psyker for its HQ. It's cheap. You can get some powers, maybe get in a Biomancy, do some enfeebling before the Knob Bikers rush in. Unfortunately, most of the powers actually can only target friendly units, so it doesn't work for Orc units. But it's cheap, it's a way to get the other things unlocked, and it gives you some psychic powers, which you definitely don't have otherwise. And there's another option. You could Strachan with a big blob of infantry. You give the counter attack, and of course you can take a regular commissar in there. Just take a big blob of infantry. You can even take a whole platoon of chimeras in one troop's choice. So you can take like 6 chimeras in your Orc army if you really wanted to with Strachan, and fire las cannons out the top hatch of each one. It's definitely not something I would consider, but it's an option. But again, there's really no bad choices in the IG Codex. In fact, it's almost hard to take IGs as allies. It'd probably be the other way around. We want Orc allies in an IG army. Just take a good IG shooty army, then add in a KFF mech and 60 boys to go in front of the IG gun line. I think it would be a better option than trying to squeeze some IG into an Orc army. Or if you're going to squeeze some, you take a Vendetta, another flyer, You have 4 flyers, which again is fast attack. Some artillery unit. I wouldn't take Hydras anymore, obviously, because they've been nerfed. But take an artillery unit like a Griffin or a pair of Medusas, a Colossus. Colossus would be awesome. Colossus with the strength 6 AP3 Norse cover. A Manticore, strength 10 Manticore, good stuff. A squadron of Lehman Russes with battle cannons and demolisher cannons. Yeah, it could be kind of fun. But no matter what you take, it's not going to be bad. Really. Marbo! Take Marbo. That would be awesome. I love Marbo. So, again, IG, go wild. There's absolutely nothing that can really be bad with IG. I think Marbo would be kind of cool. I might have to do that. Anyway, so that's going to cover the allies of convenience. So after that, those are the allies. We're going to have to talk about the desperate allies. Desperate allies are pretty much like ally convenience, with the exception of the one-eye open rule. That means if your unit is within 6 inches of a desperate ally, you have to roll, and on a 1, that unit can't do anything as they're keeping an eye out for betrayal, which is a really cool rule, in my opinion. I got some time left, so let's go ahead and get into the allies of, or desperate allies. The first one is Chaos Demons. And unfortunately, I don't think there's much that the Chaos Demons can really add. If you wanted to take like a Fate Crusher, a really heavy-hitting Fate Crusher detachment, like just Fate Weaver and then just something for troops that don't matter, and some Blood Crushers, or some Fiends. But again, I don't think the Chaos Demons really complement. There's really nothing that happens in the Chaos Demons Codex that the Orcs already don't do pretty well. I mean, you got bolts. I mean, they're not really a shooty army for assaults. I'm sorry, I've never had a problem assaulting or getting assaulted by Chaos Demons. So I'd probably just skip over the Chaos Demons, unless, again, it's something that you have, something you want to have for fun. But as far as running onto that competitive level, I don't think Chaos Demons really provide much boost overall. Dark Angels, for some reason, is a desperate ally. So taking a unit or two, taking Belial and a couple of deep striking Terminator squads, there's your line breaker. Putting Belial with a fully upgraded command squad with storm shields and feel no pain behind the enemy lines, especially first turn, with the Deathwing Assault rule. That's something you can definitely run. It's not going to cost a lot of points. It's going to be a huge thorn in your opponent's side. But the main thing to remember with Desperate Allies is that Desperate Allies cannot be scoring, and they are not even contesting units. They cannot even contest. So, I mean, they're not going to be back there disrupting objectives, unless they just completely obliterate what's ever there. But suddenly having that kind of power, 6 Thunderhammer Storm Shield Terminators with Feel No Pain and a Cyclone Missile Launcher suddenly in your face, while you have 60 boys and not bikers running up at you. Sounds like a good deal to me. Dark Eldar. Dark Eldar, again, is one of those things that doesn't really, in my opinion, add a whole lot to what the Orcs already do. You could take a loaded Archon, and maybe some warriors and a raider with splinter racks. I wouldn't take that by itself, only if you're running mech orcs to start with. Or maybe Trueborns and Venoms. A flyer, again, having another flyer action option. Ravagers are okay, but again, there's really nothing there that's going to be a great benefit to what the Orcs already can do. So, I mean, we already put out a massive number of shots. Yeah, poison's probably better than just strength 4 Judas, but not a whole lot more, and not against everything. So that's about it for the Dark Eldar. There's really nothing there which stands out to me as, yeah, this would go great with the Orcs. So I'm going to cut this here. We're cutting long, so cut this here and continue with the Desperate Allies next time.